December 2025. I can see that we have present Councillor Carmichael, Councillor Cowie. I have apologies from Councillor Fagan. We also have present Councillor Marsh, Councillor McClymont, Councillor McCreary. Do we have Councillor McGeever? No. We also have present Councillor Shearer, Councillor Thompson, Councillor Toner, and there are also a number of officers present today. I'll pass back to yourself, Chair. Thank you.
Carol, thank you very much. Item 1 on the agenda, any declarations of interest? No. None? I don't see any, thank you. Item 2, minutes of the previous meeting held on the 2nd of December. Any questions or we agree on minutes? Agreed. Agreed, thank you. Item 3, it's the Civic Government Scotland Act 1982, licensing of taxis temporary, location of taxi rank at Bannatyne Street in Lanark. Donald is going to speak to this report. Donald, thank you.
Thank you, Mr Chair. Item 3 on today's agenda can be found on pages 9 to 18 of the members' pack, and the purpose of the report is to consider a request from Roads, Transportation and Fleet Services to temporarily relocate 5 spaces for taxis from Bannatyne Street Lanark taxi stands to Lady Acre Road Park and Ride at Lanark. 2 spaces for taxis in Bannatyne Street will remain, and this is Monday to Sunday, 24 hours per day. The committee is asked to approve the following recommendations. 1, that the contents of this report and the proposal to temporarily relocate 5 spaces for taxis from Bannatyne Street Lanark taxi stands to Lady Acre Road Park and Ride Lanark, leaving 2 spaces remaining in Bannatyne Street, all operating Monday to Sunday 24 hours per day, be noted. And 2, that it be noted that Roads, Transportation and Fleet Services will take forward the implementation of the said taxi stands temporary relocation, including the making of a traffic regulation order under the Traffic Regulation Act 1984 to temporarily relocate 5 spaces for taxis from Bannatyne Street Lanark taxi stands to Lady Acre Road Park and Ride Lanark, leaving 2 spaces remaining in Bannatyne Street, all operating Monday to Sunday 24 hours per day. The background to this request is that the request has been received from Roads, Transportation and Fleet Services as attached at Appendix 1 of this report. They have requested that 5 spaces within the current taxi rank at Bannatyne Street be temporarily relocated to Lady Acre Road Park and Ride, operating 24 hours Monday to Sunday, leaving 2 spaces for taxis within the rank at Bannatyne Street. The current operation for Bannatyne Street is 8 spaces operating 24 hours per day, Monday to Sunday. Roads, Transportation and Fleet Services are in the process of procuring the delivery phase of the new Lanark bus interchange. The service is advised that the construction of this improved interchange will mark a major investment in the future of Lanark and the surrounding area and the wider public transport network. Subject to receipt of a suitable tender, it is expected that works will commence on the 12th of January 2026 through to spring 2026. At this time, a programme to completion is estimated to be approximately 16 weeks. However, this will be confirmed following the appointment of the contractor and the conclusion of the procurement stage of the project. The service advised that this modern facility will provide more efficient connections, improved accessibility and greater comfort for both rail and bus passengers. By enhancing links between local and regional services, the interchange will make it easier for residents and visitors to travel sustainably, supporting both the local economy and the Council's environmental goals. Planning consent was granted for a new interchange in November 2023. To date, new park and ride facilities have been constructed. Disabled parking provision adjacent to the bus and rail stations have been constructed, and the remaining phase of the works will provide a new bus and improved station layout. This will incorporate a revised internal layout to meet modern standards, 4 bus stops with high access curbs and bus shelters, walkways to access the railway station, bus layover areas, as well as potential future electric bus charging infrastructure, all is attached at Appendix 2 to the report. To facilitate the construction works, it will be necessary to temporarily relocate bus operations. The existing Lanark bus station currently has 168 bus movements per weekday. Therefore, careful consideration has been given to establishing how these can be catered for with minimal impact on the surrounding road network, as well as passengers. Consultation with Strathclyde Partnership for Transport and local bus operators has taken place and temporary arrangements have been agreed. Bus services on Hindford Road approaching from the south east will use temporary bus stops within part of the area currently marked for school buses. Services will then use the roundabout at the retail park to turn for the return journeys as attached at Appendix 3 of the report. Bus services approaching from High Street will travel along Bannatyne Street and turn at the retail park roundabout and stop at one of 3 temporary bus stops on Bannatyne Street as attached at Appendix 4 of this report. To facilitate those bus stops, most of the existing taxi ranks on Bannatyne Street will require to be relocated temporarily to the Park and Ride car park, noting that 2 spaces for taxis on Bannatyne Street will remain. This location keeps taxi facilities in the general locale, as well as allowing a suitable location for them to turn in either direction. This is also close to the existing taxi rank. The new spaces will be signposted and appropriate markings provided for the duration of the works as attached at Appendix 5 of this report. Police Scotland, local members and the local taxi trade have been consulted and have no objections to the proposal. Notice of the proposal was placed in the Carluke and Lanark Gazette and on the Council's website, and no objections have been received to the proposal. In order to extend or introduce a new taxi rank, Roads Transportation and Fleet Services will require to promote a traffic regulation order under the Road Traffic Act 1984. There are no employee implications. However, financially, the costs for the overall project are anticipated to be £1.5 million, and funding is in place from Strathclyde Partnership for Transport, the Council and the Scottish Government. This budget will cover the costs associated with the temporary relocation of these taxi rank spaces. It is anticipated that the construction of the new interchange will have a positive impact on the environment, as it ensures that public transport facilities in Lanark are enhanced, which in turn will make bus and rail more attractive for passengers and increase numbers using both modes of transport. There are no other implications for risk in respect of this report, Mr Chair.
Thank you very much for that, Donald. Any questions or comments? None. We agree to note the report. Agreed. Thank you. Okay. Item 4, urgent business, of which I have none. Item 5, the exclusion of the press and public. I can confirm that the public section of the meeting has now been concluded. Okay. Item 6, Donald, please.
Can we just wait a minute to make sure that
Just to make sure that the recording stops. Sorry, Carol. Right. Thank you. Okay, Carol. Okay.